just get straight to the point, as if anyone even cares. By the title, I was in the hospital, if anyone actually cares. Is that's how bad my mental health is. It's that bad. No, obviously I can't go into details of what really happened, but you can believe it or not, I've got the wristband. So if anyone says I'm making it up, I've literally got the wristband from the hospital. So I had to go to the hospital, man. As I said, it's personal stuff. It's to do with my mental health, if anyone actually cares. And I actually prayed what the title says. Most people won't be interested, but I actually prayed to Yahawah and Yahawahshi. Yahawah is supposed to be the Heavenly Father. Yahawahshi is supposed to be the Messiah, the Son. May have got an answer to my prayers. May have, may not have. And if I have, then it just shows that maybe the Hebrew Israelites are teaching some form of truth. They may be too. I'll let you know tomorrow how I feel. I'll honestly let you know. Because I prayed to so many names, man, and I've literally got no answer. Prayed to Yahawah a few minutes ago, and Yahawahshi said, please take the guilt away, and I can't serve you in this broken mental state. And I may have got an answer. I feel better for now, but, well, I'll let you know tomorrow, man, how I feel. And if I feel better tomorrow, then it shows, man, that they may be teaching truth. Because I prayed in the other names, man. Didn't feel great at all. Didn't feel great, felt like crap still after praying. So yeah, man, I'm only going to get into a little detail about it, what really happened. I've told it on here, I've confessed it on here before about the past. My past keeps haunting me. And I'm going to leave it at that because I don't like remembering it, because I'm already being reminded of it every damn day. So, maybe the true name of the Most High, and it may be the true name of the Most High's Son, man. These Hebrew Israelites may be teaching some truth. They may be. You may all be praying in the wrong name. I mean, just try it. See how you feel. Because I prayed in the other names, man, didn't get no answer. Didn't get an answer. It was like I was praying to thin air. Seriously was. So, and if I was healed by this name, then there's no way I could be a heathen. And what's up, Nancy? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So, I only speak English, but I know that's Spanish. But maybe the truth, man. Oh, I always say English because I know some Spanish, but I don't speak it fluently. I only know some Spanish because I've been to Spain many, many times. And I listen to Spanish, Puerto Rican music a lot. The only word that I really know in Spanish is basically an insult. I'm not going to obviously say it though. But may be true what these Hebrew Israelites are teaching, man. I'm not saying for a fact, but it may be true what they're teaching. It may be. Because if you look up the name, no, I'm not saying for a fact that it's the name, but it may be right. The real name of the Messiah, this is Hebrew, the letter J does not exist in the Hebrew alphabet and was created only 600 years ago, years after Yahawahshi was hung on a tree for the nation of Israel. It matters because when you call on someone, it's important to address them by their correct name, which is true. If you're praying, right, this is why anyone that says it doesn't matter, it does. If you call someone, right, if you call somebody, ring someone up or whatever, or you call somebody and you want their attention, just like in a waiting room, we'll use a hospital because I was in a hospital. They call your name, right? If they call you by another name, you're not going to answer, are you? So the name does matter. So, as I said, man, I prayed to every other name. I prayed to every other name and got no answer. Absolutely no answer. Prayed to Yahawahshi and Yahweh. Feel a little better. So maybe Yahweh and Yahawahshi actually care. Maybe they do. And if what the Hebrew Israelites are teaching, like I said, there's no way I could be a heathen because Yahawahshi would not heal a heathen. So yeah, may be true. That may be the real name of the Most High Son, and that may be the real name of the Most High Himself. I can't say that because I'm humble, man. I don't care. If I'm hated, whatever. If the Most High is black, the Most High is black. I don't care. I really don't. I'm not going to tell you what I said in the prayer, obviously, because it says to pray in secret. But I prayed to Yahweh and Yahawahshi. We'll see how I feel in a couple of hours, man. Because if you didn't know, I've already mentioned it. I have intrusive thoughts. And trust me, it's pure hell. It really is, it's pure hell. I've got so many mental problems, man. I've got OCD, ADHD, even believe a form of almost nearly, they've said that I might have a form of autism. What else? Intrusive thoughts. A form of OCD as well. Got many problems with me, mum. Many. Many problems, man, that I was born with. Mental issues. Many. And it's hell, man. It is hell. Trust me, it's hell. I wouldn't want anyone living my life. I really wouldn't. You wouldn't want to live my life. Most people, man, wouldn't even be able to survive as long as I have. And that's a fact, man. If you could take a look inside my head for about 5 minutes, man, you go insane. You literally go insane. Most people can't cope with what I can cope. They really can't. I've been dealing with it for years. Years. But as I said, I'm at the lowest point of my life now. The lowest. The lowest point. So maybe they may be preaching truth, because if we look up, all these names, they're not the name of the Most High. All these names are not the name of the Most High. None of them are. I've already proven that. And I prayed to these names, man. Prayed to all of these names, and I got no answer. So that's why it does matter, man. It does matter. But as I said, I knew nobody would care, like, but that's why I agree with what the Hebrew Israelites say, man. I agree with them. So I don't know whether that person's still here, but that's what I said, man, about people in this world. They can't last 5 seconds in a conversation. It's ridiculous, man. But that's the generation that we live in today, man. They can't even have a conversation on the internet. It's ridiculous, man, this world, no. And that's why I agree they should ban shorts. That's what has really killed YouTube, man. It's killed YouTube, and it's made it harder for content creators, because you got this generation, this audience of today that they can't last like 30 seconds, man. That's why this generation of today really annoys me, to be honest, because they can't last like 5 minutes, 5 seconds, and I'm sure that most of these generations of today, they've got to have ADHD, man. They've got to have it, because if you can't last more than 5 or 30 seconds watching a video, then that's a you issue. But, and what I said in the last video, man, I meant there's only one last resort, and I've been thinking it in my head, man, because I really don't care anymore about anything. I'm at the lowest point of my life. I had to go to hospital yesterday, like I said, and I feel like crap every day. I feel sick. But it's overtaken my life. What we know, nobody cares now, because that's the world that we live in, and if I ever get through this, man, I'm not being nice to people. Not at all. I mean, why should I? That's why I don't blame people, man, for selling the soul to the devil. I don't blame them anymore. I really don't blame them. I used to have a different view years upon years ago of people selling the souls to the devil. Now, views changed. I don't blame them. I really don't blame them, man. No one cares about you in this world. And same with celebrities, man. These fans don't actually care about them. They're only following them because they're famous and they got money. See, when you wake up to the real world, man, you see how evil people actually are and what they're really about. They only care about money, and they'll use you. And that's why, and it is mostly white people, though, that don't care about anyone. It's real fat, man. They really don't. Well, the world would be a better place if. But people like that will eventually get karma. They eventually will. Can't go around the earth thinking you can do whatever you want and karma's not going to catch up. Think again. It's happened to many people. They've all been humbled, as I mentioned with Conor McGregor. That guy is full of pride. Thought he was untouchable. Full of pride. He's probably a narcissist. Got humbled. Literally got humbled. Snapped or torn his leg. But he's still prideful. This is what I say. Some people just don't learn. They really don't. As it says, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. People are just prideful, man. In love with themselves. Don't actually care about people. And it's sick. It's beyond sick and evil. And as I said with the last stream, man, all people, even that person mentioned, all people care now, man, about is drama. That's all they care about, drama. Oh, drama, drama, drama videos. That's all this site is, and that's why I'll be glad if this site ever stops existing. I could care less. Because this site is corrupt. It's full of corrupt people. And it's full of people that are only in it for money. All the genuine people that used to be on YouTube years ago are no longer on here. It's just full of narcissists, people that love themselves. And that's a fact, man. It's a fact. But as I said, I'm not saying this name is the true name, not at all. Don't know yet. So, as I said, the Hebrew Israelites may be teaching some truth, man, because they do teach some form of truth, to be honest. If you actually study some of the scriptures, yes, he did die for the Israelites and came for only the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And he will be making a new covenant with the Israelites in the New Testament. That's what the new covenant was. To the 144,000 is the Israelites, listed the 12 tribes of Israel. There's the gates of heaven is the 12 tribes of Israel. So they do teach some form of truth. They really do. But those names below, they're not the name of God. The Yahu, I'm not even going to mention them because they're not the name of God. That's why nobody has a clue, man. Nobody has a clue that's why I've said many times, nobody has a clue who they're praying to. They're using multiple names that have been given to them. Multiple names. And I meant what I said, man, in the last live stream, where I talked about the devil. I wasn't joking about that one. And that's why I said my view on that has changed. I don't care if these people sell the soul anymore. I really just don't blame them anymore. I really don't. I won't blame them. I mean, you got these people like, oh, this guy sold his soul. I don't blame them. I really don't. Do you really blame these celebrities, man, for selling their soul? Do you really blame them? I certainly don't. Nobody cares about them. Is this world the way you gotta thrive in this world, this evil, demonic, corrupt world, you just gotta care about yourself. It's what it's gotta be. You gotta care about yourself and have the attitude, screw everyone. Because no one's gonna care about you. Nobody's gonna care about you in real life. So that's why I laugh at religious people when they have this attitude, oh, this guy sold his soul. Do you really blame them? Do you blame these rappers either? They're in poverty, man. They're in poverty, nobody's helping them out, nobody cares. So do you really blame them for selling the soul? I don't. I don't blame them at all. As I said, when you wake up to the real world that we live in, you see what people are about and who they are. You really do. You see what they're about and who they are. So if I feel like crap tomorrow, then I know prayers weren't really answered. I know the answer. I mean, because I don't blame people now for selling the soul to the devil. I don't blame them. I mean, what does the devil offer you? I mean, the devil's not out here judging you, condemning you. It's time to wake up, man. Because the devil actually offers you stuff. Probably offers you peace, man. Because who really wants to, this is just my opinion, who really wants to go to heaven anyway? I mean, let's be real. It's not going to be what Christians have said it is. Study the Bible. Heaven is not like Christianity said it is. It's not even going to be that good, man. You're just going to be sitting there praising the Most High over and over again. That's it. There ain't no video games. There ain't no music in heaven. There's nothing. And two, if you know anything, the kingdom of heaven's going to be on earth. Go read the scriptures, man, and you'll see what heaven really is. Heaven, where it says the kingdom of heaven shall be on earth, it's the Messiah on the earth ruling, having his own government, and the Israelites. So that's the true heaven. Everyone worships the God of Israel. So it's no different from the earth now. I mean, if people are suffering, right, in this life now, I mean, no wonder they sell the souls. As I've said, I don't blame them. I really don't, man. I don't blame them whatsoever. Because we are in that time, man, where you even said it, man, that the love of many shall wax cold. We see people just not caring about people. They're just not. They're only caring about themselves. And in my opinion, those people are the scum of the earth. Really are. And as I said, the world would be better off. And on this channel, I don't care what anyone is. Everyone's welcome. I've openly said that all my views have changed. And I don't care if people hate me for it, I could care less. You ain't gonna tell me how to live, what to say, what to support. You ain't gonna keep me in bondage to religion. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, all these people out there, all these rappers have sold their soul to the devil. One, you don't get it. You don't understand. If you were in their situation, you'd understand, but most people in America, again, are just spoon-fed everything. Living a life, as I've said many times, heaven, this earth is heaven to the wicked. Look how great the rich are living. How great they're living. Money, power, cars, living a life of luxury. So this earth is heaven to the wicked. It honestly is. And then you get people like me and poor people as well that are suffering, miserable. We're living in hell. We're literally living in hell. While these rich scumbags that don't care about anybody are living a life of luxury. They're living in heaven. See, that's all it was. Even the Messiah said it himself, that heaven, the kingdom of heaven, is within you. It's not no literal place in the sky. It's said that. What religious people can't get over that. Because that's why it says, and I saw the kingdom of heaven coming down from the sky. So you ain't going up to the sky, it's coming down. And that's a fact, man. Well, as I said, man, most people won't care that what I said in the beginning, where I was in the hospital. Because again, nobody on here, nobody from the community, nobody from the so-called truther community has ever messaged me, said, you know, you're alright, I see you suffering. Not a single one. And that's why I don't associate myself with anyone. Because no one messages me, nobody comments. Because honestly, it's why I just laugh. And it's not really a recovery, man. I can't go into detail what it is, but my mental health is not the best. Honestly isn't. I had to go to the hospital yesterday. I was there until about I was out there for like 6 hours, almost nearly 6 hours, waiting. As I said, I can't go into detail why, but I had no choice but to go to the hospital. And I don't care if anyone believes it or not. I really don't. So that's why I didn't do a stream yesterday. I mean, then again, I wasn't even going to do a stream yesterday anyway. As I said, nobody really cares about me on here. So this, as I said, I'm not saying that this is the name of the Most High and the Son. I'm not saying this at all. But there's only one last resort. There's only one last resort. And I'm not telling you the last resort's not anything bad. You should get the hint by me, because I don't blame people. When you're at the lowest point in your life, you ain't getting no answer from anything. Because I've never got an answer from praying in other names. Never got an answer. Not once. So that's supposed to say he exists, but if you look up, that's why I'm not saying for a fact that this is the name, because you have so it's ASHEHER. Again, this name that they give you is not the biblical name. That name that they give you there is not the name. And as I say, I may not have got an answer, because I still feel like crap. So, my only last resort is, so if I'm saying, if I prayed to all these gods, man, these names, Jesus Christ, that so-called Yah name, Yahawah, Yahawahshi, and if I still feel like crap, then I'm obviously not getting an answer, am I? Obviously my prayers are never being answered, so that should show you that all this is nonsense. It honestly is. So yeah, I'm starting to feel like crap again. So I'd say my prayers probably weren't answered. So that shows that don't matter what name you're praying, man. It really doesn't. You're praying to nothing. You ain't getting an answer no matter what you're praying. Because yeah, I still feel like crap. So yeah, it's just a waste of time praying to God. It really is. It's a waste of time, because you ain't going to get no answer. So again, I don't blame people for selling the soul to the devil. Don't blame them. I've said many times before, might as well pray to the devil, man. Might as well. Maybe the devil's the answer, man. Maybe the devil's the answer. Maybe he's the answer. Maybe the devil will take this pain away, because the devil offers you things, unlike, and you actually would get an answer from the devil. But that's why I believe, man, that all this is just garbage anyway. All of it is. It's all made up myths, and it's just garbage. Because I prayed to so many damn names, prayed to so many gods, man, and I've got not a single answer from any of them. Not a single answer. So that should show to you, man, that that's what. You ever notice why people don't get an answer when they pray to God? That should be That should be in yourself, because that's why it's funny when you read the Bible, man. There's God tells you, right? Go pray to your pagan gods. Pray to your pagan gods. See if you get an answer. Well, guess what? I'm praying to the so-called true God and I'm getting no damn answer. So what's the difference? What's the difference between praying to a pagan God and praying to the so-called true one? I'm still not going to get an answer from both sides. So what's the difference? What's the difference? That's why I just laugh at it, man. That book. Because where God goes, go pray to your other gods, and Elijah says, go pray to your other gods, let's see if you get an answer. Let's see if you get an answer. They didn't get an answer, did they? Yet, if you pray to the Christianity God, you don't get an answer. You don't get a single answer, so how is it any different? That should show you that you're not praying to anything. You're just praying to yourself. And you're just believing. And that's why I just don't care about religion anymore. I really just don't care. I don't care about the Bible anymore. I don't care about religion. I'm done with it all. It's a waste of time. Religion's a waste of time. The Bible's a waste of time. And it's a waste of time praying because you're never going to get an answer. You're never going to get an answer. Ain't no God gonna cure you. You know how I survived this long in life? Guess what? I had to do it myself. Nobody helped me out. No one. When I was at the lowest point of my life, years ago, guess what? I cried out to God. Got no answer. I got no answer. So yes, where people say, oh, the only person that you can rely on is God. Nope, that's not the truth. The only person that you can rely on is yourself. That's just the fact. There's no point praying to someone in the sky. You're not going to get an answer. You'll be praying the rest of your life. And just ask many Christians, man. None of their prayers have been answered. None. You ever wondered why that is? You ever wondered that? Because you're praying to nothing. You fell for a religion made up by man. And that's why, again, I want to be a reprobate. Want to be a reprobate where I don't care about this no more. I don't care about religion. I don't care about the Bible. And I want to move on with my life. And I want to move on from this trash. I really do. I want to move on. I don't want to go heaven anyway. I really don't. Who wants to go to heaven? Seriously. What is heaven going to be like? That's all heaven is. So who wants to go to heaven? So again, what will you be doing in heaven? Yes, we already know, Google, that you're an AI. That's not the question that I asked. Didn't ask you directly, Google. Yeah, that's it. That's all you do. Boring. That's all you do. That's all you do in heaven. Celebrating and honoring God. Over and over again, that's all you do. As it says in the book of Revelation, where it says they shall worship God day and night and no rest. So that's all it is, man. That's heaven. You just worshipping God day and night, never ending. Robot. So who really wants to go to heaven? That's why I don't blame people for selling their souls to the devil, because who really wants to go to heaven, man? Who honestly wants to go? I see it. It's going to be boring. There you go, you're serving and working, so this the same crap that you're doing here. So, engaging in fulfilling joyful tasks and duties without all the burden of sin. So yeah, you're just working. So it's no different from on the earth then, is it? That's all heaven is. There's no music. There's no parties. There's none of that. So you were just created, and all these worshippers of God, your purpose is just sitting there day and night praising God continuously on a loop. It's pretty boring, that. So yeah, that's all it is. Because I highly doubt that there's going to be no pain. No, it sounds too good to be true, man. It really does. And there's no guarantee you go in heaven anyway. So this is why. So imagine it. You suffer your entire life, right? You're miserable, you're poor, you're broke. You suffer in this life. Just imagine that you're obedient to God and all that, and you still don't get to heaven. So that means you've suffered in this life for nothing. So now you wonder why people sell the soul to the devil. Do you really blame them? I mean, because what really is God offering you? Or worship Him day and night? That's all it is. It's all heaven is. And then you read this. This is the true heaven. They ain't taught you this in Christianity. In the kingdom of heaven, when the Messiah's on the earth and he brings his New Jerusalem or whatever, guess what? You're going to be serving the Israelites. That's what it says. You'll be serving them. It even says that I will make them bow down to you. So yeah, that's it's a pretty good heaven, that is, isn't it? Worshipping, well, not worshipping, you'll be bowing down serving the Israelites. So what you've been taught about heaven isn't biblical. The true heaven is Christ on the earth and the Israelites, and you will be serving them. That's the true heaven. That's the true heaven, man. Everyone will be serving the God of Israel. So yes, this is why we got many groups out there that want to be the Israelites so bad. You ever ask yourself that question? Why do people want to be the Israelites so bad? Because again, if you read the Bible, the Israelites will be the leaders in the kingdom. The non-Israelites will be serving the Israelites. So that's why we got so many groups. That's why we had the KKK. We had the white nationalists. Then we have the black Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites themselves. So this is why we got so many groups that want to be the Israelites so bad. Because they've read the Bible and they know that the kingdom of God, that's what it really is. So it's no different from now. So guess what? You're literally working right now, your life, working a crappy job, slaving away. Guess what? That's just like the kingdom. It's no different. Instead of working for a job, you'll be serving the Israelites. That's the true heaven. Don't believe me? Go read the Bible. Go read it. I think I'm making it up. So there you go. They will be the rulers. Says it right there. They will be the rulers in the kingdom. The Israelites. So you see it right there, what it says. It says, because national leadership rejected the Messiah, parables like the wicked bearing the fruits. So again, people will be serving. So, well, there you go. So that's the true heaven. So I don't know why Christianity promotes heaven as some great place when the Bible says the exact opposite. It says certain biblical prophecies in the Old Testament suggest that foreign nations will assist and serve Israel, while other interpretations see the services directed towards Christ rather than literal demanding. Well, again, go read Isaiah, which is the one that I said. So this is true heaven. Describe foreign nations helping the house of Israel return to their land and working as laborers, plowmen, or vineyard keepers, while Israelites act as priests of God. States that nations or kingdoms that do not serve Israel will, which of this literal view, interpret as a position during a physical earthly kingdom. There you go. That's heaven. So again, that's heaven. So what the Israelites really teach is true. Heaven, you're not going up to heaven. What Christianity is taught, the kingdom of heaven will be on the earth. It will be on the earth, and you will be serving the Israelites. It'll be no different from your slave job that you do now. So who really wants to go to heaven then? Who really wants to go to the kingdom if that's what it is? Oh, we're just going to serve the Israelites. No thanks. No thanks, man. And read what it says, will perish. I'd rather perish, man. Really would. Who wants to be serving the Israelites forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever? They will be, and that's why I said it is racist. It's racism. They will be if you read the Bible, it says they'll be at the top, ruling, and you'll be at the bottom, serving. So who wants to go to heaven? Who wants to go to the kingdom, if that's what it is? It's no different from now. It is no different from now. You slave away a job. You serve your boss. You do whatever your boss says. Only difference is replace bosses with Israelites. There you go. It's the same. And that's why I believe it's just all fairy tales, man. It really is all fairy tales. They had to create a religion, right, of racism. And they had to create a religion so they can go around doing what they're doing now. I mean, what did they always say? Oh, well, it says it in the Bible. It says it in the Bible. So yeah, wake up, man. This is why people sell the soul to the devil. Because this earth, what's on this earth now, is far better, man. It's far better than that kingdom. It's just exactly the same. We've seen it in the context right there in Isaiah, where it says that the foreign nations, meaning non-Israelites, will be serving the Israelites. There'll be plowmen, vineyard keepers, while the Israelites act as priests of God. Slavery. Because if you didn't know anything, man, slavery is justified all the way through the New Testament and the Old Testament. That's why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible. Because you'll see, you'll actually see, man, it's about this hierarchy. That's why everybody wants to be the Israelites so bad. Because it's this hierarchy nonsense. Special people. So that's why you got so many groups out there claiming that, oh, we're the Israelites. No, we are. Because they know that the other nations will be serving them. And that's just what it says in the scriptures, man. And it even says it in the book of Revelation. That everyone will be serving the Israelites. That's who the 144,000 is, not Christians. Go read it. It lists who the 144,000 is. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. So yes, that's all heaven is. You're not going up in the sky. It's not happening. So that's why I said it. A lot of the stuff that the Hebrew Israelites do teach is the truth. Yes, other nations will be serving the Israelite in the kingdom. So that's all you're going to be doing in the kingdom when the Messiah gets here. So how is it any different? How is it any different from what we're doing now? So slave away your job. Slave away your job for the rest of your life. Be poor, be broke, or just sell your soul to the devil. Do you really blame people? I don't. I don't blame them at all. Ain't no God helping them out. And you always see these celebrities, man. They always say, oh, God has blessed me, like you have DJ Khaled when he said it. Oh, God's blessed me. No, it isn't God. Just come out and admit it. Just come out and admit it that you sold your soul to the devil and the devil has blessed you. God ain't blessing you. Guarantee you that. I guarantee a lot of these rappers were broke in the ghetto. God wasn't helping them. So they sold the soul to the devil. Eminem, he was broke. He sold out. Sold his soul. That's the way this world works, man. And it's time you wake up and realise that this world, that's the way the real world works. You want to get anywhere in life, sell your soul. That's the way it works. That's the true way it works. If not, suffer and be broke for the rest of your life. That's the way it works. The devil controls this earth. He rules it. He has power over the kingdoms, hence why he was able to say to Christ, I'll give you all this, I'll give you kingdoms, I'll give you this if you worship me. What does God offer you? Nothing. Just demands obedience, and you get nothing in return. The devil offers you everything. Yeah, your soul in return, but in reality, who really cares? Who cares? We're all going to hell anyway, so it don't really matter, does it? I mean, look at the population, man. There's going to be billions, so-called with the Christian doctrine, which that was made up anyway. There's no such thing as hell. So, it ain't no devil ruling the underworld, and there is no hell either. It doesn't exist. It's a myth. We've already proven that. So, I don't blame rappers. My attitude's completely changed. Why would I want to be a Christian? Suffer persecution, have people hating me, mocking me, laughing at me, get nowhere in life, always be at the bottom, and then you just got you've got a hope, right, that you go into heaven. So you could waste your entire life serving God, and God says to you on Judgment Day, you know what? You're not going to heaven. So you just wasted your whole life when you could have been doing something else. As I said, man, I wasted 10 years of my life on this garbage. I wish I could get it back. I really do. I wish I could get it back. Can't now. If I could turn back the clock, I never would have created a religious channel. I would have created a gaming channel. Well, I could have most likely probably had a gaming channel with way more subs, way more followers, an actual audience that cares about me. But no, I decided, you know what, let's create a religious channel, and I've regretted it ever since. I honestly have. I've regretted it. I wasted 10 years of my life on religion, and I need to let it go. I need to let religion go. I need to let it go. And that's my best advice, man. You see as well, many Christians, man, they suffer. Life is crap. Is it really worth it? No, it's not. You just gotta hope you go to the kingdom. So, you've gotta hope that you go to the kingdom of heaven. Because if not, if you're not one of the elect, guess what? You're not walking through those gates. So you've just got hope. And Christians believe in that as well. It's already been determined who's going to heaven. So that means, again, you just got to hope you're that one. Even the Israelites, man. Even the Hebrew Israelites. They're always saying that. We hope that we're of the elect. So, if you're not of the elect, you've literally wasted your entire life. You've wasted your entire life. You've been persecuted. You've been laughed at, most likely arrested. for nothing, for absolutely nothing. I can't live my life, man, hoping, you know what? I hope I'm one of the elect. I hope that I'm going to heaven. If I don't know for a fact that I'm going to heaven, why would I want to suffer the rest of my life? Man, and who wants to live till 90 years old as well? Especially on this earth. So imagine that, man. You live until you're like 90 years old or whatever. So that means you've gone through crap for 90 years. Go look at pastors, man. And I don't blame them. You got pastors that have wasted 50 years of their life. They ain't going to get that back. So you waste 50 years of your life preaching the gospel. It's a waste of time. It really is a waste of time as well, preaching the gospel. It's a waste of time. See these people going out preaching in the streets, it's a waste of time. What are you really getting out of it? Ain't nobody listening. No one's listening to you. So you're just wasting your time. I've seen a lot of these preaching videos, man, in the streets. Nobody listens to them, so you're just wasting your time. There's no different from doing it on the internet. There's no different. Nobody's still going to listen to you. Nobody's going to listen to you in the street, and nobody's going to listen to you on the internet. So it's just a waste of time. And that's why I don't care about religion anymore. I honestly don't. I don't care about any of it. I don't want to walk away from it. And you always have Christianity. Oh, you're just a reprobate. One, you don't even know what a reprobate means. Two, and it's not a bad thing being a reprobate anyway. All reprobate means is you don't care. You don't care about the Bible, and you don't care. You're no different from an atheist. So that guy, that recently became a Satanist, I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. I really don't. I don't blame him at all. I mean, his this so-called God ain't helping you out, is he? So no wonder people sell their soul to the devil or start worshipping Satan. I mean, it seems to me that Satan offers you more. Satan actually offers you stuff. That one that was on his channel, I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him for selling his soul. Well, I don't know whether he sold his soul, but he serves Satan now. I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. Man, he probably realizes that he's praying to a God and he ain't getting no answer. And as well, I heard in the live stream that he had family members as well that were wicked. So I don't blame him, man. It's just funny with these people. Like, oh, how could you worship Satan and how could you turn to Satan? Well, this God ain't helping you out, is he? He's not doing anything for you. He's not answering your prayers. You're just continuously praying to thin air, and he's not listening. He's not answering your prayers because he doesn't care. But if you pray to the devil, which I haven't done, I guarantee you get an answer. Why do you think people make a oath with the devil? Because he clearly fulfills. Well, I've spoken with him a lot. He followed people like Aleister Crowley before he came around the community. Well, Aleister Crowley was a known, people call him a Satanist, but that's Anton LaVey that was a Satanist. Aleister Crowley in reality wasn't really a Satanist. He was into a lot of stuff. Didn't really worship the devil. If you read, I haven't read his book, but some of the stuff that he put in his book, he was into magic and everything like that. Did these rituals because they believed in this enlightenment, this knowledge, which is nothing wrong. You see Christianity saying that, it's wicked to look into knowledge and gnosis and all that. It's wrong. It's wrong to practice meditation and all that. There's a reason why. Was Aleister Crowley? Was he possessed by demons? No. He told you what they were. And then again, what he said was nonsense anyway, Aleister Crowley, because demons don't have physical bodies. If you knew anything, if you study the Bible, they don't have bodies. They're spirits. That's what demons are. The demonic spirits. And we see that all the way through the New Testament. That's why they were so worried when Christ was like, we're going to kick you. When Christ was like, I'm going to kick you out of these pigs, or out of this man. He cast out these demons, and the demons said, we are legion, meaning many. Cast them out, this guy. And then they were panicking, the demons. They were like, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Please, please. They jumped into the pigs because they need a body. So it shows you that demons, what is taught in the movies, is not biblical. So what Aleister Crowley said, he didn't know what he was talking about. We'll show you. So when he said this, he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. He really doesn't. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Because demons don't have bodies. They really don't. That's something that's made up by Hollywood. This is not a demon. Aliens are not demons because aliens, one, don't even exist. There's no evidence. There's no proof. This is just all nonsense from Hollywood. There is no such thing as aliens. There's no evidence of bodies. There's no actual footage. But they have to brainwash you with that. Oh, these UFOs that you see, that's aliens. They're aliens in those. No, it's not. It's not aliens. Because there's no evidence. But you got conspiracy theorists that believe that, in Area 51, or whatever it is, there's aliens in there. No, there isn't. There's no such thing as aliens. It's a myth. It's like an absolute myth with no proof. How long has this alien myth existed? And we still have yet to see a single alien. Any proof, photos, videos, none. So it's fairy tales. It's made up. And again, if you actually do your research, that on his head refers to, again, the grand architect of the universe. I've already made videos about it, of who that is. I know a lot of these guys believe in reincarnation. That's why they do all these rituals, these sex magic rituals as well. Because again, they believe that if they the higher, it's like this higher state of consciousness. That's why they really do it. They believe that they can become a god. It's this state of consciousness. You unlock this state of consciousness like the third eye. They tell Christians are like, oh, don't open the third eye, that's satanic. Well, guess what? A demon can jump in you whenever it feels like it. It's not like you see in Hollywood, what they show you in the Hollywood movies, because that's nowhere in the damn Bible. We see it all the way through the New Testament. None of these guys were doing anything, they just became possessed. Here's one for an instance. Satan possessed Judas. Was Judas doing anything before that? No. So, if demonic spirits really want to possess you, they will do so. It's not like in the movies where they've got to get permission. No. They can literally jump in you if they feel like it. Because we seen that. When Jesus cast out demons, what did they do? They jumped into the pigs. So those pigs weren't like, yo, I accept. No, the demons just jumped in them. It even shows you that in the Hollywood movies anyway. If you cast out a demon, it's going to look for another body. It shows you that in the Insidious movie. When they cast out a demon, it immediately jumps in the next person. Because how do people become possessed in the first place? Oh, that's right, the demon just jumps in them. The host does not say, yo, they don't go to the demon like they accept. No, we've seen it in the movies. It just possesses them. Anybody really could be possessed by a demon and not know it. Anyone could. That's a fact. There's higher levels of demons, lower levels of demons. Satan's the highest one because he's an angel. And I don't even believe that either, because angels have physical bodies. So I don't even believe that's a true description of Satan, because Satan possessed someone. But again, there's no such thing as aliens, people. It's nonsense from Aleister Crowley himself, a cultist that didn't have a clue what he believed in. He even admits he wasted his entire life all in this occult crap. Wasted his life. And he found out it was just all nonsense. He wrote it in his own book. I've not read it, but go look it up. He wrote in his own book that it was just all a waste of time. So he wasted his entire life doing rituals and all that, and then found out he wasted his entire life doing it. And there's no proof that he saw this either. There's no proof. Anyone could make this up. Anyone. Oh, we saw demons, guys. We saw demons. Yet demons don't have physical bodies, so explain that one. They don't have physical bodies. You won't find that anywhere in the Bible. Nowhere. Because again, Hollywood sold you that they have physical bodies. That's not the truth. As I said, man, There you go. I've shown it many times now, man. Many times. Oops. Crap. Stupid control. Hopefully it's not broke. Well, the buttons still work. Now I'll put the batteries down back in. So, I think one goes like that. And one goes like that. Well, it's not broke, luckily. Is it cracked? No, I'm lucky. I shouldn't have put it on the edge of the bed. It's a good job it wasn't my phone, wasn't it? So yeah, man. The prophet Isaiah portrays the kingdom of God as a future righteous reign on earth centered in Jerusalem. So as I said, what I said, man, it's funny, people can't eat. I saw that there was 4 people in here. So what I said, man, people can't last like 5 minutes in a stream. They seriously can't. And that's why I said, man, it annoys me with this generation of today. They really should ban short content because it has killed YouTube. And it's ruining YouTube. In my opinion, they should delete the feature because it is ruining. What has ruined content creation is TikTok. It really has. It's ruined it because people have been indoctrinated with, oh, I can only watch a video for 50 seconds. The whole entire world's been brainwashed. They've been brainwashed, man. He prophesied that David, Messiah, just want to check that the audio is still alright. So here it is. Would rule with justice, bringing universal peace, restoration to the Israelites, and a new creation of heaven and earth. So yeah, that's the true kingdom on earth. So yeah. And that's the New Testament. New Testament's the same. So yes, do you really want to go to heaven if you're not an Israelite? If you're not an Israelite, guess what? Heaven's going to be boring for you. It really is. It's going to be boring for you if you're not an Israelite. And we're not talking about skin color either. We're talking about actual ancestry. If you're not an Israelite, guess what? This is how heaven's going to be for you. That's not my words, that's just what the Bible says. The Bible says if you're not an Israelite, you're basically going to be serving the Israelites and the Messiah. So just give me a second. But honestly, Christians, stop preaching a false heaven. Because Christians have portrayed and preached that heaven is going to be some great place where there's bunnies and rainbows, that there's You're going to be in mansions. It's all fairy tales. How is there going to be mansions in the sky? Guess what? It's not going to be in heaven, it's going to be on earth. The New Jerusalem is going to be on earth. It ain't going to be up in heaven. So yeah. And you'll be worshipping you'll be worshipping God, bowing down to the Messiah and the Israelites. So yes, what the Hebrew Israelites teach is the truth. That is the truth, what they teach. And that's why I said, that may be the true name, it may not. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll honestly find out tomorrow. Because I've prayed to other names and I've got no answer. No answer. Absolutely no answer. So what should that say? And this should be a thing to Christians as well. They say it doesn't matter about the name, or it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, if it literally doesn't matter, say somebody calls you, right, I gave the instance. If somebody calls your name, right, and calls you by another name, are you going to answer? No, you're not. So why is it any different with God? You use the wrong name. And look up, man, there was no letter J. Didn't exist. There was no J thousands of years ago. So how was his name what you say it is today? Oh, well, it's just a translation. Guess what? It's not the same name. His name, the son's name, was Hebrew. So if you translate a Hebrew name into another language, it's going to mean something else. It's just fact, man. Like, again, the word Michael in, I think, Spanish is Miguel. So it's not the same word, is it? But again, yes, it may. Oh, well, it still means the same thing. But his name was Hebrew. No one was calling him Ayus around that time. No one was calling him that. I guarantee that. No one was saying, yo, Ayus. He had a Hebrew name. He came in his father's name. What does this name mean? And you can get mad about it. What does Yahweh mean? Now, they say it means that, right? Well, guess what? Is I am a name? No, it isn't. That's not a name. And again, they've mistranslated it as well, because that is not his name. This name was given to you by the Roman Catholic Church. It was given to you by the Christians. And he said, oh, you better not say this, name, because it's so sacred. Guess what? Go pray in this name. Go do it right now. And let's see if you get an answer. You won't. Because this name goes all the way back to the Canaanites. So why would his name be He Is? Doesn't make any sense, does it? He is. The Messiah said he came in his father's name. So this name does not eat. So if the Messiah came in this name, guess what? doesn't equal the same, does it? Go look up the word ayus or whatever. Does it mean the same? The same? No, it doesn't. There is no other name, salvation. So if this name doesn't mean salvation, then guess what? It's not his name. All that means is he is, I am. That's not a name, that's just a title. That is a title. So if that name goes all the way back to a Canaanite fake god, stop using it. Because yes, it does matter what name you use. But if you look at it, that it doesn't translate to I am then, does it? It says he is. He is or he will be is not the same as I am who I am. And let's be real, that's not modern Hebrew. That's not modern Hebrew, that's Yiddish nonsense. So how are we going to translate the original language that's dead into Yiddish garbage? It's not the same. It's not the same Hebrew. All these people, it's a mixture. It was revived in the 1500s, as far as I know, by Ben Yehuda or whatever. He revived, so-called tried to revive the ancient Hebrew, but failed because that language was prophesied to die. Nobody would speak it ever again. So this Hebrew that we see today, that's why it's a mixture of German, Turkish, and it's a mixture of Yiddish, because it's a revived language. It's not the original Paleo-Phoenician Hebrew. So that's not his name. And if this name can be traced all the way back to storm gods, whatever, then it's not his name then, is it? Now, again, what is the name? There you go. So what did it say? Right? The Messiah said he came in his Father's name. So it's just two of the same names. It's a sacred name used by some Hebrew Israelite groups to refer to the Messiah. It translates to Yahawah is salvation, or he saves, delivers. And what does it say in the scripture? There is no name given under salvation. There's only one name. So tell me how his name is that when there was no letter J. Oh, but, and two, that name doesn't mean salvation. So that proves it should make sense, man. Both, if he came in his father's name, right, both of the names should be the same, which they are. If you look, Yahawah, the only difference is one says Shai and one says Yahawah. And it means salvation, which again confirms that there is no name given under salvation. So Yahawah means salvation. He delivers. He saves. Savior. So they probably got it right, man. But these scholars will tell you, oh, here's this name that we gave you. It's all over the Roman Catholic Church. It's the so-called God that everybody uses. And it's all connected to a Canaanite God. Yet you can't find this name connected to Canaanite God, a Canaanite or a pagan God. Can you? What does it also say in the end times? That his people shall know his name. So I'm not saying for a fact that it's his name, but they most likely are right. And as I said at the beginning of the video, well, the live stream, I prayed in these two names. And if you want to say it properly, it's Yahawah, Bahashim, which means coming in the name of, Yahawahshi. It's not easy to, it is easy to pronounce this name, it's not hard. It's so easy to pronounce, Yahawah Bahashim Yahawahshi. So yeah, they may be using the right name. But these scholars are going to lie to you and say, you know what, we're going to give you a pagan name. But keep praying to it though, and wonder why you get no answer. If you get no answer from praying to a name, that should be very obvious that you're praying to the wrong damn God. Because as I gave an instance, do you think that the Creator is going to answer you if you're praying in the wrong name? No, it's not going to happen, is it? Didn't think so. People are given names for a reason. It's their identity, it's their name. You can't go around calling somebody another name and expect them to answer. It's not going to happen, is it? In real life, you call somebody by their actual name. If you call them by a different name, they're not going to look behind and go, yeah, it's me. Do you think around the times when the Messiah was on the earth that they were calling him a different name? What do you think would have happened? He wouldn't have answered. He would have gone, who's that? It's not my name. On a birth certificate, man, you're given a name. If when your mother calls you or whatever, or shouts you, they say your name, right? If they say somebody else's name, you're not gonna answer, are you? It's just common sense. But again, that Hebrew that they use, so again, so they admit that his name isn't what they're saying it is. So if we're to go by it, their interpretation, why are they using Jesus then? If his name's Yeshua or Yehoshua or whatever, if that means Joshua, why are they using Jesus? It's not the same name. Ayus is not the same name as Joshua. It's two completely different names. So why have they gave you Jesus then? Why have they gave you the name Jesus if his name's Yeshua? You gotta ask yourself that question. Because it's clearly not the same name. Just because you translate, you can't keep translating somebody's name. They're not gonna answer. Now, if they're born in that culture and they're born into that language, then of course it's the name. But yeah, As I said, they may be right about the name Yahawah and Yahawahshi. They may be right. So again, they say it means the name Jesus is a translation of the Hebrew word Yeshua, which was shortened to Yahawahshi in its fuller form, meaning Yahweh is salvation. So again, Messiah's name, interpreted as a compound, he saves, or Yahweh is salvation. So yeah. So yeah, they even admit it. Viewed as the proper Paleo Hebrew rendering of the Father's name, the Tetragrammaton translated as I exist, or He who is, interpreted within these specific traditions, root, deliverance, or a help savior, Yahweh saves, or salvation, or Yahweh. But they say it's Yah. Because again, you got to question the name that they gave you. The name that they gave you, man. Why does it go back to... I'm not talking about this name. I'm talking about the so-called name that the church still uses. Why, if that name that they have given you in the churches goes back and is proven with evidence that it goes back to a Canaanite god, and then of course you get the Christians, oh well, it doesn't mean that, you're just a false prophet or whatever. No, it does mean that. You just can't accept reality. And Paleo Hebrew was the original Hebrew. And then you had, because the Phoenician, if you look up, is Canaanite. Phoenician is Canaanite. So there's a difference. There's Paleo Hebrew, this Phoenician, which Phoenician is a Canaanite language. It's a Canaanite language. So if they took that name from the Canaanite language, then it's not his name. It's that simple. It is that damn simple, man. As I said, man, if you're wondering why you get no answer, then maybe pray in a different name. Maybe you might get an answer. If you don't, then that should be everything that you need to know. That you're just praying to no one. If you never get an answer to your prayers, then that should be common sense that you're praying to nothing. You're just praying to yourself. So yeah, man. All the reels that came in here, I appreciate. The fakes, don't care about. I knew the fakes wouldn't care about me. They never do. They ain't here, which isn't a surprise. The only one that's here all the time is that Jewel, which I appreciate. And some people may be lurking, that's fine. If you don't know what that word means, go look it up. It means just watch him while not commenting or interrupting, which is fine. But the ones that don't care about me, I don't care about you either. Why would I care if you don't care about me? Why would I care what you have to say? So yeah, I always appreciate that, dude. that comes always do. It's always here, no matter what. So yeah, I appreciate anyone that came to the stream. I honestly do. So yeah, I appreciate people that came to the stream, man. I honestly do. I appreciate people that came to the stream. But I don't use the image that they use. I only put it in the thumbnail so then people know who I'm talking about. Because most Christians wouldn't even know who this is, the name. So that's why I used it in the thumbnail. I don't have these images downloaded because I don't worship God in image. God is a spirit, says that. So yeah, man, all this video is to show you that you should be questioning what names you are given. Do your research who you're praying to. Because you could be praying to anyone. For all you know, you could be praying to the damn devil and not even know it. So that's why the name is important. The name's important because you could be praying to the devil. You never know. You honestly never know. The churches could give you the name of the devil and you're praying to it. And you'd never know until somebody told you. It's that simple, man. If the name doesn't equal salvation, then it's clearly not the name, is it? Because it specifically said in the text, in the scriptures, that there is no name under salvation. Both of these two names are the same. The only difference is, one says Shai, one says Yahawah. Both say Yahawah. All the difference is one's got Shai at the end. So they're the same name. But with the Christian church, they've got two different names. They call the Father a different name, and then the Son's a different name. So how did what you call Christ, the Messiah, how did he come in his Father's name then? If his Father's name doesn't mean salvation, then how did he come in his Father's name? Because Jesus and Yahweh, they're not the same name, are they? So he said he came in his Father's name. If you don't believe me, we'll show it right now. Let's check something. Jesus came in his Father's name. So again, scripture doesn't lie. So it does matter what name you use. It does matter what name you use. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not accept me. But if someone else comes in his own name, you will accept him. So again, he came in his Father's name. So his Father's name has got to equal salvation. If it doesn't, then also Jesus, the word Jesus does not equal salvation. So says there's no name given under salvation. Yahawahshi equals salvation. Now, do I follow the Hebrew Israelites? No. I've made many videos about them. They do teach some truth. Yes, the Israelites will be ruling in the kingdom. There's no denying that one. It says it in Isaiah. When the Messiah returns on the earth, the Israelites will be ruling along with him, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. And he will be ruling. He will set up his government. That's what it says in the New Testament. So yes, we've proven to you that Yahawahshi equals salvation. But if you want to pray in the wrong name, then you do you. And then if you wonder why you're never getting an answer, your prayers are never being answered, or maybe praying the right name. His name's not Yahuwah, it's not Yahushua. You've got these 1,000 names out here. Yahushua. There's so many names. Even they don't. This Yahuwah cult. That's not his name. They made it up. They don't know how to translate. They keep translating modern Hebrew and the Canaanite Hebrew. Paleo Hebrew is the original Hebrew, because Phoenician is a Canaanite language. It's not Hebrew. Even admits it. You can just go Google search it. So yeah, man. For anyone that actually cared and wants to know what the beginning of the title is, you'll just have to watch the live stream from the beginning. So yeah, man, I know nobody really cares, could really care less anymore, because I meant what I said in this live stream. I honestly meant what I said. To the ones that do actually care about me, I appreciate. Ones that don't care about me, don't care about you either. Really don't. And we'll never, you notice that troll that came in the chat, didn't acknowledge them. Don't have to. Don't have to acknowledge what you have to say. Just act like you don't exist. Because you clearly, these people that come in spewing crap, they don't care about me, so I don't care about you either. You don't exist to me. Why would I care about somebody that doesn't care about me? Why should I? People that only care about themselves, guess what? You don't exist to me. I'll just act like you're not even in existence. I'll just ignore you. That's all you should do in life. That's my advice to people in life. If people don't care about you, just act like they don't exist. And I guarantee you, they'll want your attention. Because narcissists need your attention. They thrive off of it. When they don't get attention, and you act like they don't exist, they don't like it. Because narcissists don't care about anybody but themselves. And this world is full of narcissists. Full of them. And it's always funny to see a narcissist when the whole entire life falls apart. It's funny to laugh at. Really is. It's hilarious to laugh at. As I brought up many times with Conor McGregor. That guy's a narcissist. In love with himself. Puffed up with pride. Literally puffed up with pride. I mean, just go look at the way he used to act years ago. Thought he was untouchable. Puffed up with pride, narcissist. Loves himself, in love with himself. And he lost the fight. That's it. That's him being humbled. That's reality, humbling people. As it says, that the humble shall be humbled. I mean, the prideful shall be humbled. It's happened to everyone. All these celebrities, man, that think they're untouchable. Like, oh, look at me, I'm a narcissist, I'm in love with myself, and then the life crashes. And they expect everybody around them to feel sorry for them. No. Not at all. And that's why I don't feel sorry for most people in the world. I really don't. A lot of people in this world are evil. The narcissists only care about themselves. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming in here. Honestly do. And as I said, if you just join in, the beginning of the title I was in the hospital yesterday. I was there for like 6 hours. I'm not going to go into detail why I was there. People can believe me or not, I could care less. But I was there. Because that's how bad my mental health is right now. It's that bad. But nobody listened. Everyone thought, oh, this guy's just making it up or seeking attention. No, my mental health is that bad. I can't, as I said, I can't go into detail because it's against YouTube's guidelines. So that's why I can't go into detail. But as I said, I'm at the lowest point of my life. I prayed to the name that is in the title. We'll see if my prayers get answered in a few days. We'll see. If not, Mum, if not, then I'm done. I'm done with religion. I'm done with the Bible. And I'll just become a reprobate. Because I'm not going to keep praying over and over and over again just to get no answer. As the saying goes, the definition of it, insanity, is repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. So yeah, some of the doctrines that the Hebrew Israelites teach are true, but some of them are false. Where they say all the Israelites are black, that's not true. Because if you knew anything, the Israelites were scattered all over the earth. They were scattered all over the earth. So they're not all going to be the same skin colour. 2, they preach a lot of false doctrine. So anyone that thinks that the Hebrew Israelites teach 100% truth, they don't. They mix truth with twisting of scripture. Like the 12 tribe chart, I've already said that is nonsense, man. It honestly is. We'll even prove it. There's no evidence. So there you go. That 12 tribe, because you can't know who the, and this is just a simple Google search, man. Look up Rey Mysterio. It's Mexican. So he's a proper Mexican. Go look at his skin color. It's white. It's not black. 2, go look up Eddie Guerrero. Actually, we'll just show you. Is that guy black? No, didn't think so. Does he look black? That's Rey Mysterio. It's not black, is he? It's not black. Rey Mysterio is not black. He just has a tan. 2, this guy, Puerto Rican. It's not black, is he? Does he have hair like wool? No, didn't think so. Does he have any features of a black person? No, I didn't think so. So this is how you know they're just spewing nonsense out the mouth. One, Puerto Ricans have never been into slavery. They weren't in the Atlantic slave trade. So that whole, you can't know who the Israelites are anyway. That's just a fact. So that's two. He clearly has, and if, what did it just say with Google with Mexicans that they have European DNA? They have European, they're closer to the Europeans than black people. So how are they, and two, it's proven with DNA that they have two different, I think it's Hypro groups, DNA groups. So that just proves if you have the same, if now if Puerto Ricans had the same bloodline as black people, then you got an argument, you got proof there. But no, they don't. They have a completely different DNA and blood type. So therefore, Puerto Ricans are not black. They're a mix. Go look up how Puerto Ricans came into existence. It's a mix of Spanish. It's a mix of Spanish, Latino, because that's how they're called Puerto Ricans. And most of them are proud. They're not black though, are they? This guy's not black. Idiots. And then you had this artist. Puerto Rican, is this guy black? Faruko. Does he look black to you? No, I didn't think so. Does he look black? No. So this is how you know that these Hebrew Israelites don't have a clue what they're talking about when they made that 12 tribe chart up. Mexicans are not Israelites. Puerto Ricans are not Israelites unless you can prove it through DNA. Now, again, there may be some Puerto Ricans that are Israelites. There may be some through DNA. You have to prove it with DNA. And as far as I know, Faruko is a Christian. I watched the video while I was in the hospital. He's a Christian now. He called out annual AA and said he was a devil worshipper. So he's a Christian. Because most Puerto Ricans are. If you look at most Mexican, even Rey Mysterio is religious. Why do you think he has a cross tattooed on him? Why do you think he wears a mask with a cross on it? The guy's a Christian. He's either a Christian or a Catholic. So none of these people are black, and even if they were, it don't really matter, because again, you've got to prove through DNA that you are an Israelite. You can't just keep making these claims up saying that Puerto Ricans are Israelites when DNA evidence proves the exact opposite. Here's another one. Daddy Yankee. He's not black either. He has a tan. He's not black though, is he? So yeah, this is how you know. Because again, if you actually do your damn research, you'd understand that Puerto Ricans, it's a mixture. It's a mixture, Latin, Spanish, And they've got European DNA in them. That's a fact. So it's so funny where they say, oh, well, they've got mixed blood. That's why you got, and that's another thing with, how do you think you get light-skinned people? They've got mixed blood in them. They've got mixed blood in them. Which is exactly what Puerto Ricans have got as well, and some Spanish as well. Mexicans have as well. Same with Native Americans as well. They've got mixed blood. That's why you got some Native Americans that look lighter than others. So yeah. So what else artist? Oh, that was it. No, this guy died. You probably already know that. He died years ago. Way, way years ago. This is Eddie Guerrero, the father of Dominic Mysterio. Is this guy black? He's a Mexican. Look how white he is. He doesn't have hair like black people. He doesn't have features of black people. He's a Mexican. That's what I said, man. Mexicans have mixture DNA. It's been proven that they're more closer to the Europeans than blacks. This is just evidence. And he's white. Skin tone doesn't lie. And then you have Dominic Mysterio, which you can see there. The one with the long hair, that's Dominic Mysterio. Is he black? Does he have hair like a black person? No, he doesn't. So that's why when they say, oh, well, Puerto Ricans are Israelites, well, guess what? That contradicts your whole doctrine. Because Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Latinos, they're not black. Yes, you may have some black Latinos and Mexicans, but they're black. This kind of Mexican is closer to the Europeans. I mean, you can just see. You can tell whose father is who, man. If you've got hair like wool, and you've got a beard like wool, and you can grow an afro, it's very clear that your ancestors are black. That's just common sense. Because it's a known thing that black people grow afros and they can have dreadlocks. So you admit, if a white person can't have an afro, then they're not black then, are they? But that's how you know it's just all nonsense, man. That's how you know the doctrine. That's what I said. The Hebrew Israelites teach some form of truth, but they also mix it with lies by doing this 12 tribe nonsense. Yet most Mexicans have they're closer to the Europeans, and that's why they don't like DNA. So, also another one. Again, Bad Bunny. He's not black. Does his hair grow like wool? No, didn't think so. He's got curly hair. So, he's Puerto Rican. You see how all of it's being exposed? that these guys don't have a clue what they're talking about. You can't just say who's an Israelite. That's not how it works. Only the Most High knows who the Israelites are, not you. There was no 12. That's why the Bible says avoid genealogies. Because you can't just say you're an Israelite with no proof. You can't go around claiming that Mexicans are Israelites with no DNA evidence. That's not how reality works. Now, if this guy was an Israelite, nobody's ever gonna know. Nobody will know. You can't prove it. Unless you get a DNA test and your bloodline goes back to someone that's Jewish, then you've got no proof. You can't just keep saying that every single Mexican is an Israelite, every Puerto Rican's an Israelite. Yeah, if you look at the population of all these cultures, it's not small in number, is it? Didn't think so. Now, if this guy's an Israelite, nobody will know. Only God knows. But that's what they want, man. They think that, oh, if they say it with Justin Bieber, oh, if a guy can rap, he's got to be black. That's just racism. And that's racial stereotype. They also say that if a white person can dance, they've got to be black. That's racial stereotype again. You basically, again, we've got Eminem. He's white. His father was white. His mother's white. And he can rap. So, also go look at Angry Joe. You probably know about him. He's Mexican. Or, no, actually, he's Puerto Rican. His dad's Puerto Rican. His dad looks like Bad Bunny, meaning skin complexion. And Angry Joe, if you look at his skin complexion, he ain't black. He's either Mexican or Puerto Rican. Because I remember him saying he's got Puerto Rican ancestry. And no one's pure-blooded anyway. That's the biggest load of crap on the face of the earth. Everyone's got a guaranteed mixed blood. Even blacks. That's why do you think black people, you've got black African Americans in America, some are dark as anything, some are light as anything, some are brown. That's due to slavery. So, and that's another thing, that's why I brought out, you got to hope that you're one of the elect. If you're a light skin, there's guarantee that your bloodline, someone in your bloodline, was white. There's no doubt about that. As I brought up, I used to know someone that was at school. He was mixed race. But he had hair like Bad Bunny, he had curly hair. He didn't have an afro, he didn't have hair like wool. And he was light-skinned. His skin complexion was like mine. It was either, I've mentioned it before, it was either his mother was black and his father was white, or his father was black and his mother was white. I don't know. I think it was his mother was black. So by your logic, he's not an Israelite. Oops. So yeah, it's just common sense, man. Yes, they preach some truth, but they also lie. Again, here's another one. Does this guy look black to you? He's a Puerto Rican. Does he look black to you? Is his hair light wool? No, I don't think so. Oh, but this guy can rap, he can sing, so he's definitely got to be black. No, you're just a racist. These Hebrew Israelites can't understand and can't accept that white people can do what you can do. White people invented basketball. But you say, oh, only white people can't be good at basketball. That's a racial stereotype and it's racism. We got white basketball players. We got white footballers. We got black footballers. We got white people that can dance. We got white people that can rap. But you have to say, oh, they've definitely got to be black. No. It's called people can do what other races can do. That's a fact. Black people can sing, black people can rap, white people can sing, white people can rap. I mean, look at Machine Gun Kelly. He's white and he can rap. Eminem. Eminem's father is white. And his mother. Well, as far as I know, his father's obviously white. But yeah, and he grew up in poverty. It's just funny, man, when evidence proves you wrong and proves to you that there is Puerto Ricans that have European DNA, you want to ignore that. So, no, Mexicans are not Israelites, Puerto Ricans are not Israelites, Cubans are not Israelites, Haitians are not Israelites, because Haitian is just another form of the culture. Also, again, the Dominican Republic are not Israelites either. As far as I know, the part in the Dominican Republic, they used to be into cannibalism. Don't know whether they still are, but go do your research. And they used to do a lot of witchcraft. So yeah, man, you can't go around saying, oh, this guy's gotta be an Israelite. You can't know. Nobody can know. You may not even be an Israelite, and you claim you are. That's why nobody can go around claiming that they're a damn Israelite. If your DNA goes all the way back and it's proven that no one in your bloodline is Jewish, then guess what that says? You're not an Israelite. That's just reality. And many of these black Hebrew Israelites won't get a DNA test. They say, oh, DNA test is bullshit. Yet, when it's proven, when it's proven that Mexicans and that have a different DNA group than you, how can they come from the Israelites then? If Mexicans, their ancestry went back to black people, why wouldn't they have the same DNA? Do you think the DNA is just suddenly going to change? No, it's not. If they have no form of black DNA in them, then guess what? Their doctrine's over. That's why I said nowhere in the Bible did it say that you can know who the Israelites are. It said they were scattered all over the damn world. So why are we now saying, oh, well, they went to the Jamaicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans? Where have we got this evidence from? We just made it up, haven't you? They've just made it up. They've made it up. Nowhere is it in the Bible. Nowhere does it say that the Mexicans are the Israelites. Nowhere. So that's how you know that 12 tribe chart is garbage. It's straight trash. And that's facts. But you've even got no Mexican believes in your doctrine either. No Puerto Rican believes in it either. No Haitian. No Latina believes in it either. So yeah, accept reality, man. And stop trying to claim other people's culture. Because Hispanics have a culture and it's not black. Same as Puerto Ricans, man. They have a culture. Even as well, man. As a gay, go look up many of the Puerto Rican artists. They're not black. This guy ain't black either. But oh, 'cause he can rap. Yes, there is some black people in Puerto Rican. So that in reality, that's what they really mean. That's what they really mean. That's what they mean. They're only referring to the blacks in Puerto Rico. That's really what they mean, but they just won't come out and tell you that. That's really what they mean. And they say, oh, it's not a black thing. It's not a black thing. It's not a black thing at all. But they're lying. We know they are. So now if this guy had hair like wool, then he would be, his ancestry would go back to blacks. I don't know his DNA, obviously, because I don't know any of these artists personally in life. But we just look at the hair and the features. That's how we know who your ancestor is. If you got hair like wool, your ancestors are black. If you got hair like a Caucasian, then it should be very clear you're not black. Because again, black people's hair grow like wool. That's a fact. And you admit that white people can't have an afro and they can't grow dreadlocks. So you admit it. So if we ain't seen any white people with an afro or dreadlocks, then they're obviously white. There's a reason it's called Caucasian features. For a reason. So yeah, man, I'm not going to make the stream any longer. I'll let you know in a couple of hours if praying to that name that I gave in the title is the true name. So yeah, I'm making it very clear. I'm not saying that it is the name for a fact. I don't know yet, but I kind of got an answer, but I didn't get an answer from the other names. So that's why I'm bringing it up. So yes, see everyone later. Appreciate anyone that came to the stream. I appreciate those people. See everyone later.